Chapter 5, The Brainwave Symphony, the Rhythm of the Thinking Brain. Imagine standing outside a concert hall. From a distance, you cannot distinguish the individual instruments, yet you can hear the rhythm of the orchestra as a whole. The brain behaves in much the same way. Rather than firing randomly, billions of neurons organize themselves into rhythmic electrical patterns called neural oscillations, more commonly known as brainwaves. These oscillations are not thoughts themselves. They are the timing system that helps billions of neurons communicate efficiently. Like musicians following the same conductor, synchronized neurons can process information more effectively than neurons firing independently. For thousands of years, yogis observed that different breathing patterns, mantras, and meditative states consistently produce distinct qualities of awareness. Modern electroencephalography, EEG, now allows us to observe changes in large-scale neural rhythms that often accompany these practices. Although brainwaves do not explain consciousness itself, they provide a valuable window into how different states of awareness are reflected in brain activity. Hack, what are brainwaves? Every time neurons communicate, tiny electrical currents are generated. When millions of neurons fire rhythmically together, these patterns can be detected by electrodes placed on the scalp. These electrical rhythms are measured in hertz, the number of cycles occurring each second. Different frequencies are commonly associated with different modes of cognition and behavior. Importantly, no brainwave is inherently good or bad. A healthy brain moves fluidly between them according to the demands of the moment. The goal of yoga is not to remain permanently in one state, but to develop flexibility and harmony across them all. Beta, the active mind. Approximately 13 to 30 hertz beta waves dominate ordinary waking consciousness. They support logical thinking, problem solving, decision making, planning, focused attention. Healthy beta activity allows us to navigate daily life efficiently. However, excessive high beta activity is often associated with mental overactivity, anxiety, chronic stress, hypervigilance, rumination. Many people today spend much of their waking lives locked in this state. The mind becomes busy, but not necessarily clear. Alpha, relaxed awareness, approximately 8 to 12 hertz. Alpha waves often emerge when the body relaxes while the mind remains awake. They are commonly associated with calm alertness, creativity, relaxed focus, reflection, emotional balance. Many forms of gentle breath work, chanting, and early meditation increase alpha activity. Rather than becoming sleepy, awareness becomes quieter and more spacious. For many practitioners, alpha represents the first noticeable shift from ordinary mental noise toward meditative stability. Theta, the gateway within, approximately 4 to 8 hertz. Theta activity commonly appears during deep meditation, dreaming, creative insight, memory processing, hypnagogic states. Experienced meditators sometimes demonstrate increased theta activity while remaining fully conscious. This state often feels profoundly peaceful, intuitive, and internally focused. Because ordinary analytical thinking becomes quieter, many practitioners report heightened creativity and unexpected insights. Ancient yogic texts describe similar experiences as awareness turning inward through sustained practice. Delta, deep restoration, approximately 0.5 to 4 hertz. Delta waves are most prominent during deep, dreamless sleep. They support essential biological processes, including tissue repair, immune function, hormonal regulation, physical recovery. Some experienced meditation practitioners have demonstrated delta activity while maintaining conscious awareness, although this remains an active area of research. Whether asleep or awake, delta represents one of the brain's most restorative modes of operation. Gamma, the integrated brain, approximately 30 to 100 hertz. Gamma waves are the fastest commonly measured brain rhythms. Research suggests they may play a role in conscious perception, information integration, learning, memory formation, complex cognition. Several studies have reported unusually strong gamma activity in highly experienced meditation practitioners during specific forms of compassion and non-dual meditation. Although the precise significance of these findings remains under investigation, they suggest that long-term meditation may influence large-scale neural coordination. How mantra entrains the brain. One of the remarkable features of mantra practice is its predictability. The sound repeats. The breathing settles. Attention returns to the same point again and again. This rhythmic repetition provides the brain with a stable pattern to organize around. In neuroscience, this process is known as entrainment. Entrainment occurs when one rhythmic process begins to synchronize another. Examples exist throughout nature. Pendulum clocks mounted on the same wall gradually synchronize. Fireflies flash together. Musicians naturally fall into the same tempo. Similarly, repetitive vocalization may help synchronize breathing, attention, and neural activity into a more coherent state. Rather than forcing the brain into a particular frequency, mantra appears to create conditions that allow greater neural coordination and stability, from noise to coherence. Modern life constantly fragments attention. Emails, notifications, conversations, advertising, social media, multitasking. The brain is repeatedly forced to shift between competing streams of information. This continual switching comes at a cognitive cost. Mental fatigue increases, concentration weakens, stress accumulates. Mantra interrupts this cycle. Instead of dividing attention among hundreds of competing inputs, it repeatedly returns awareness to a single rhythmic anchor. As cognitive noise decreases, clarity often increases. The mind is not empty. It becomes organized. Ancient language, modern translation. The yogis described mantra as calming the fluctuations of the mind, siddhavritti nirodha. Modern neuroscience describes improved attentional stability, reduced cognitive interference, and changes in neural oscillatory activity. Different language, similar observations. One emphasizes subjective experience, the other measures objective physiology. Together, they provide complementary perspectives on the same human process. Clinical footprint research suggests that regular mantra meditation may be associated with reduced cognitive noise, improved sustained attention, greater emotional regulation, reduced anxiety, enhanced relaxation, improved resilience to stress, increased feelings of mental clarity. These benefits vary between individuals and depend on factors such as consistency of practice, duration, and the specific meditation technique employed. Practice protocol: 10-minute mantra meditation. Sit comfortably with an upright spine. Choose a simple mantra such as Om or another meaningful syllable. Repeat it gently in rhythm with your breathing. If the mind wanders, calmly return to the mantra without judgment. Continue for 10 minutes. When finished, sit quietly for 2 additional minutes without repeating the mantra. Simply observe the quality of your awareness. Daily tracking. After each practice, record. Mental chatter, 1 to 10. Focus, 110. Calmness, 110. Emotional balance, 1 to 10. Mental clarity, 1 to 10. Ease of returning attention to the mantra. Review your notes weekly rather than evaluating individual sessions. Meditation trains the nervous system gradually. The changes often become obvious only in retrospect. Safety notes. Meditation is a skill developed through repetition rather than force. Wandering thoughts are normal and expected. Some individuals may notice previously suppressed emotions becoming more apparent as the mind quiets. If these experiences become distressing, reduce practice time and consult an appropriately qualified healthcare professional or experienced meditation teacher. Brainwave changes observed in research are correlations rather than goals. The objective of mantra is not to produce a particular EEG pattern, but to cultivate a calmer, more stable, and more attentive mind. The ancient yogis had no electrodes, oscilloscopes, or EEG laboratories. Yet through careful observation, they discovered that rhythm changes the mind. Modern neuroscience is beginning to reveal how. The orchestra was always there. We are only now learning to hear its music.